Okay, so by the time I upload this vid, the playoffs, possibly even the Super Bowl, is going to be in full effect. But I want to talk about the Minnesota Vikings real quick, and I promise I'll try to upload playoff and Super Bowl content, or anything really, because it's been a while, right? Work has been hectic. You know the drill, but I'm not going to waste my time on that. We're talking about the Minnesota Vikings. So the Minnesota Vikings offseason is about to be very interesting. So we have Kirk Cousins, obviously the injury. Harrison Smith possibly retiring. Danielle Hunter on the move to another team. Justin Jefferson still hasn't gotten paid. And Kevin O'Connell is on the hot seat for some reason in the Minnesota Viking community. Let's dive into all of those really quick, right? So Kirk Cousins. We started off 0-4, right? We lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield and company week 1 opening day. And I knew right there and then, what the hell is this Vikings team, right? The defense last year was 32nd, looked the same. Kirk Cousins was not getting any blocks, even though we do have an all-pro Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill's pretty good. Garrett Bradbury, still the same, right? But the big question mark was Alexander Mattison. And then obviously we have Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, our rookie Jordan Addison, and KJ Osborne, right? But even all, I still didn't. I saw enough to where the defense is still going to be the same, and we're going to have to rely on the offense to do everything. So I gave up on the team. I'm not going to lie to you. But that's neither here or there. Kirk Cousins, right? Started off 0-4, and then the team just started to find their identity. The O-line started blocking for him. Defense, Brian Flores started tweaking some things. Ivan Pace Jr. was balling out of nowhere, right? And they found themselves again. And Kirk Cousins was, at this point, he was leading all quarterbacks in every category. Yards, passing yards, touchdowns, QBR, you name it. Took down the 49ers, went on a little streak. I think it was like a 3 or 4 game win streak. And then snap, right? His Achilles says, and here we are, right? And then the rest is history. Jaron Hall out of BYU played with Puka Nacua. There's so much hype. They're saying it's all right. This is where teams find a new quarterback because injury breeds opportunity, right? And they're like, hey, this might be the writing on the wall. Kirk Cousins is a free agent after this year. This is supposed to happen, right? Jaron Hall comes in, gets completely destroyed, gets hurt. Boom, he's done, right? In comes Joshua Dobbs. He flashes, right? Pastronaut does good. And there's already talks of Jaron Hall's going to lose his job. Kirk Cousins doesn't need to come back. We got Pastronaut, right? That shit ended quick. And then Nick Mullins came in. And Nick Mullins is Nick Mullins, right? He's pretty much like another Jameis Winston. He'll give you as many TDs as interceptions and vice versa. Right? So that just goes to show you that the franchise quarterback is very important. And we all know that. The quarterback is your moneymaker. You need a quarterback to win Super Bowls, games in this league. So it has been reported that Kirk Cousins wants to come back 2 years, $40 million each, right? $40 million a year. And that's not too crazy in today's overpaid quarterback salary league, right? So personally, I want Kirk Cousins to come back. He was finding it, like he was finding the rhythm. I saw it. Justin Jefferson wasn't even, I think at this point he wasn't there. But even then, he was finding, I think he played 1 game with Justin. Well, the first 4, obviously, he played, but then maybe he didn't because Justin Jefferson got hurt. Anyways, it's a good thing to come back because you have Justin Jefferson, or hopefully he gets paid. You have Justin Jefferson, you have TJ Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends, the best receiver, Jordan Addison coming to, KJ Osborne, hopefully, right? And then Ty Chandler was coming into the mix because Alexander Mattison was not playing up to par. And I think it's a good reason for him to come back. And I think Brian Flores will figure it out. 2 years, $40 million is not bad. So please come back, Kirk Cousins. And then we have Harrison Smith, right? Harrison Smith, coming out of Notre Dame 2011, 2012, has been nothing but a first ballot Hall of Famer. 34, 35 years of age. I think he's still waiting. See, it's interesting because he has to wait for Kirk Cousins to re-sign. He has to wait for Danielle Hunter to re-sign. And then he has to wait for Justin Jefferson to sign, because at that point, his age, are we making a push for a Super Bowl or not? And obviously, as a Vikings fan, we don't do that. So if I'm Harrison Smith, I'm thinking of hanging him up. But he's probably going to wait, right? And then, yeah, he's probably going to wait. And then I think he'll make his decision, like, towards the offseason. I think he'll give it one more hoorah. And then Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter is also a free agent on the move. So where is he going to go? Brian Flores literally revived this man's career, because before Brian Flores, this dude was just, I don't know if it was the new scheme or moving him back to the edge instead of a linebacker. But at one point he was leading the league in sacks, and I think he finished 4th with 15, 16. And if he goes, that's another big hole, because on the other side, I mean, that's another huge question mark, right? Marcus Davenport out of UTSA he's good. You know what I mean? Former first-round pick. He's good, but he'll give you a flash of something, and back to the fucking IR he is for weeks, months, right? So those two huge gaps right there. And I think he only signed a 1-year contract. So I think him and Danielle Hunter are gone, right? So we need to bring him back. And he's getting up there in age too, so I don't know if he's expecting a huge bag or not. But that's why I'm saying this is so interesting, because we have everybody waiting on everyone, right? Harry wants to see, hey, are we going to have enough to make a push? Kirk is saying, hey, can I get my money's worth? And then JJ is saying everything. You know, that dude wants to win. So I don't think he comes back if there's no chance of winning. And then that's where we get to him, right? Justin Jefferson. Obviously the best wide receiver in the league and one of the best players in the league. There's no question about it. There's no doubt. He is wide receiver 1 of the league, right? Dude still had 1,000 receiving yards missing like 7 games. It's stupid, right? It's ridiculous. If he was still playing, if he was on the pace, he would have probably broke like 2,000. Easy. Especially with the 17 games now, the extra game on. So it's been reported that he's going to get the biggest contract for a wide receiver. I think it was like 7 years for like 180 mil, I think, if I'm correct there. But I think that's where everything should start. You build a franchise, you build a team around a man like Justin Jefferson. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why they're waiting. Like, you sign that dude, no matter what you have to do, you sell everything but the kitchen sink to save him, right? And everybody else needs to understand that this man deserves his money first, because he's just different. He's him. And then everybody else comes next. That's why you build teams around certain players, and that's just how it works. Just like Kansas City, they can build around Pat Mahomes, and he's shown that he can make it work, right? But that's neither here nor there. So he needs to get paid. And then that's where I think all the pieces will come in. I think he's the glue. He's the puzzle piece to bringing back Kirk, Harry coming back, Danielle Hunter coming back, free agents coming in, Brian Flores staying as our defensive coordinator. And then this is where we get to Kevin O'Connell, right? He's on the hot seat. And for what? Like, I don't get it. In the Minnesota community, he's on the hot seat. And it's like, dude, like, you lose your franchise quarterback, right? You lose Justin Jefferson, right? And then Alexander Mattison was not Dalvin Cook's replacement, and I don't know who the fuck thought he was going to be, because I sure as hell didn't. And then Ty Chandler found his way in. And then Cam Akers even came in, right? And he was doing good. And then he, I think, suffered the same thing, an Achilles injury. And his Achilles just said he was gone. And then that's where Ty Chandler got a chance, because Alexander Mattison wasn't carrying what Dalvin Cook could. Never will. Couldn't even hold a torch to Dalvin Cook. And then yeah, I mean, obviously Kirk Cousins goes down, and then we have Jaren Hall, and then we have Pastro, now Joshua Dobbs, and then we have Nick Mullins. I mean, there's no reason why Kevin O'Connell should be on the hot seat, because his first year proved what he can do. Playoffs, his first year as a coach, over 10 wins, division leaders. And yeah, I don't think he should be on the hot seat. I think we should. If your team does not have, if you don't have your franchise quarterback, I don't think you can judge heavily. But that's just me. He shouldn't be on the hot seat. So pretty much to sum everything up, Kirk Cousins should come back on 2 years, $40 million. $40 million a year, my bad, $80 million total contract. Harrison Smith should wait. If not, hang it up. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame. But that's going to be a huge hole if he leaves. Danielle Hunter should re-sign. He's getting up there in age. I don't know what he wants to do. If he wants to win a bowl somewhere else, I get it. Justin Jefferson needs to be, every day that they wake up, and everybody in that Vikings building, it should be, hey, how can we sign this dude today, right? And Kevin O'Connell, let's just relax. He is a master. He is a offensive guru. That's the reason why he won a bowl with the Rams. I would just relax on that, okay? And that's it. There's a lot going on in the Minnesota Vikings world. And but yeah, what do you think? Should you even give a shit? Does Justin Jefferson deserve that much of a contract? I believe he does, but hey, agree to disagree. Let's just meet at the 50-yard line. That's it.